Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, anywhere in the world you're listening to us. This is the Africa TV, and we are proud to have as our guests two important members of the Internet Society in Africa, Zimbabwe to be precise, who are holding office and holding fort. I am proud to, first of all, following the rule of gender, introduce to you the Policy and Governance Officer, who is also the Vice Chairperson for the Chapter Advisory Committee, Internet Society. No other person but the Lady of Substance, Wazanai Ndlove. I hope I got that pronunciation correctly, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, Wazanai Ndlove. Thank you so much, Akimbo. I feel honored to be a part of your broadcast, and also I would like to greet your audience. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome, Ndlove. I hope I get that pronunciation correctly from time to time. It's been a good day for us to have to meet and discuss as I call the next person and recognize the next person, who of course is a brother, holds forth for our office. I'm using the word our office because he is the vice president from his chapter, and I am fortunate enough at the moment to be the vice president from my own chapter of the Internet Society. I call on my able brother, a brother from another mother, if you permit me to use that word, and of course a gentleman, the vice president, Internet Society, Zimbabwe's chapter, is no other person but Tawanda Maguze. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Kimbo. It's a pleasure to be on this platform, and definitely I'm proud to have been honored to be introduced by a brother who understands our business of the Vice President's Office of the chapters. It is an absolute pleasure, Kimbo, and I'm looking forward to this discussion this afternoon. And thank you so very much, listeners, for joining us, or the listeners that are going to be joining us.
Thank you so much, my brother. And on that note, we go into the day's business. It is important for everyone to understand that the Internet Society is a global organization. It is in every part of the world, and we are fortunate that the Internet Society is also very relevant in Africa. And one of those chapters that is just coming into the Internet governance platform and ensuring that the average Zimbabwean understands what it is about Internet, its governance, and its benefits to the populace is Zimbabwe. They're about to start something called the Zimbabwe School of Internet Governance. The program will be holding this September from 15th to 17th, 2021. They have a couple of support from the government, from the youth leadership platforms, fellowship platforms in their country. And so on that note, I would like to call on Wazani. Wazani, could you please give us a brief of why the Zimbabwe School of Internet Governance? Why?
Thank you, Akimbo. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to Zimbabwe for us firstly holding our inaugural School of Internet Governance. And the reason why we want to have this Internet School of Governance is because we want to groom future pioneer leaders of internet issues, internet governance in the country. We are going to be focusing on related issues, on internet-related issues, and also on how we understand the history of the internet, the background. We also need to know how we are being affected, how the most common person is being affected by the internet, and also to have issues on the government, the regulators, how can they assist us? And also we want to look at internet shutdowns. You know, this has been happening in a lot of African countries. And also there are issues that we also need to talk about, access to the internet for the disabled, access to the internet for the rural people, marginalized persons, and also for access to the devices, accessibility also, can you use them? So all those topics made us decide to have a school of internet governance where we can have pioneer learners who are also going to cascade the information to the community. Thank you.
Excellent. Wow, very excellent. Oh, so this is more about the people getting informed and building capacity in that particular sector, which is the internet sector, and to ensure that the average Zimbabwe citizen understands, relate, and can be able to be part of the success story moving forward. That's an excellent action on your part. I would like to turn to my brother and ask, what are we looking at for the event? What is going to be the outcome? How is the planning? What is starting first, and where are we going from it?
All right. Thank you very much, Akinbo. So I'll not go into the exact program of what we're going to cover. I think Wads and I will cover that. But what we're looking at really, our planning on the ground really has been to open up this inaugural school to whoever is interested, who is based here in Zimbabwe or has got an interest in the affairs of internet governance, primarily here in Zimbabwe, regionally, and even beyond. So we started out by sending out a call for people to send in applications. And really our criteria for choosing who will be part of this inaugural class will include someone who can definitely demonstrate that they've been involved in internet issues, and someone who can demonstrate that they've got a passion to see the ordinary person being included, the special interest groups being included in the affairs that are related to the running of the internet. So one of the things you'll understand, Akinbo, is that when we talk about internet governance, we have got different levels, hey? So we've got national level governance issues, we've got regional level governance issues, and we've got global level governance issues. So while the school itself will look at all those levels and taking participants through all of those levels, what's more important for us is to ensure that we've got as wide a representation as possible coming to the school, so that we've got different interest groups being represented. Interest groups that would otherwise not be found ordinarily within the internet governance space here in Harare. We are talking about people living with disability. We are talking about the youths. We are talking about the women. We are talking about people in the rural areas. And we are looking at all of those people and thinking, how can we bring them into the ecosystem of the governance of the internet so that they can be heard, so that they can be understood? And beyond that, we are also looking for people that are capable of, in the future, representing the interests of these special interest groups from a national level, at regional, as well as at global level. So this is what the criteria is actually looking at. And going into the actual school itself, we are looking at a mix really of presentations that are going to be made by experts from different fields, both locally and internationally. And we're going to look at sessions where we'll discuss some key issues that are affecting Zimbabwe, particularly looking at the national platform when it comes to the internet, as well as regionally. But at the end of the day, what the internet is doing is that it's enabling possibilities. It's linking us to the rest of the world. So we cannot run away eventually from talking about what the structure is like in terms of internet governance when we're looking at it both regionally and globally. So the final outcome of this, we are looking at leaders that are going to be able to trailblaze internet governance issues, representing the interests of Zimbabweans at a global platform, but also taking the opportunity to ensure that national interests are brought into a platform where they can be considered. At the end of the day, we've got greater access for different interest groups, and we've got greater participation for different interest groups in the governance issues. So I'll stop there for now, Akinbo. I'll allow you to continue with the program.
Okay, so my Vice President, before you take a back seat, you mentioned capacity building, you mentioned involving different stakeholders and interest group. What are the core interest group you think your attention will be focusing more on, either now or after?
Okay, thank you very much, Akinbo. In terms of the call that we gave, we had opened it wide. But if you were to ask me to pick some key interest groups right now that we definitely want to find in this space, we are looking, for example, at young people. That's definitely an interest group that we are going to be expecting to be part of the school. We are looking at women as an interest group. We're looking at people living with disability as an interest group. And we're also looking at people that have got restricted or limited access to the internet to be part of this interest group. And then we do have other second level groups that we expect to be part of this school. That will include, of course, representatives from the education sector, representative from the technology sector, representatives coming from mobile network operators. We have also representatives from government, but this for us will form the second tier or second level. But the first level is those that I've mentioned. We really want them to be represented, and we really want their interests to come out in terms of when we talk about governance issues. Where do they stand? Where is their place? How can we amplify their voice? How can their needs be taken on board? Thank you.
Wow. That's very huge and very, very fantastic. My Vice President, sir, you are really shaking that table. And I would respectfully say that this is what I should be looking out for myself in almost every African country, ensuring that particular stakeholders, particular interest groups are put at the forefront, while others will always also be considered as very, very important. And this takes me to Wazani. Wazani, please, could you tell me the take home? What are the expectations from this particular event? It's a 3-day program, I gather, 15th to 17th of September 2020 for all Zimbabweans, and especially for interest group who understand and who are actually underserved in the community. What would be our major takeaway from this? What do you expect to take away from this? Wazani, over to you.
I'm sorry, may you, sorry, we are having a glitch. May you come again with the question? I'm sorry, I lost a part of it.
Yes, sorry. I understand we're trying to get to 5G in Africa, so I understand. Now, the question I am asking is, what will be our takeaway from this event, from this particular program in question? What do we expect as a final take home to ensure that we equip ourselves for the next level? Over to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Akinbo. From this platform, we are looking to provide entrance to the internet governance field, new people that are coming in with a different view, multi-stakeholderism approach, and people that are coming in to know more about internet, to learn more about internet, and to understand that they've got a part to play when it comes to the internet. Like what was previously mentioned, usually you'll find that people who are interested in the internet and its governance is people that are academics. Yet the people on the ground, the multi-stakeholderism, the different groups that we've got who use the internet and who need access to the internet do not participate in it. So at the end of the day, what we are going to look for, like I said, we want to have a ripple effect, cascade it down. When we approach different members of different sectors of the community, we learn more about the internet, and then we cascade the information, and then we take it up from there. The other thing is we are just looking forward to have initiatives where we have policymakers having something also, having some policies that are going to be taken up.
Okay. Okay, so looking forward, we're looking at generating enough set of professionals as the year roll by, starting with this maiden edition of the Zimbabwe Internet School of Internet Governance. This is a very good project, and from DNS Africa, we are proud to be part of this occasion and event. We promise to ensure coverage of the event as time would go on. After the event, we intend to still bring you back to the studio for Africans to understand how we can continue to replicate this success story and how we can be able to support each other to ensure that the event is not just only successful in Zimbabwe, but also maintained over the years. I want to appreciate my guests, Mwadzani Love, for taking your time out. Thank you so much for giving us the grace to be on our studio platform today. And also my able Vice President, Tawanda Maguze, for affording us the opportunity for his professional touch as the Vice President of the Internet Society chapter. Thank you so much. If you have any last word on our platform for today, can I give 60 seconds? Ladies first. Hello? Okay, so we're having some connectivity issue. I believe it's a wrap for today. Thank you.